because every time when it does that, it interrupts my video. And I thought that if I answered it immediately on my iPad, that it would not interrupt the phone from recording, but I guess I answered the phone too late. I answered it too late actually on my iPad over here. What's going on with this pen? Weird. Alright, jack of all trades, as I was saying earlier, and now I gotta repeat everything I just think I said. I don't remember what I said, but jack of all trades, my godfather used to tell me, boy, you know, you want to be to play piano, and I really wasn't interested in the piano ordeal. I was more or less wanted to play the drums when I was growing up, but I ended up learning how to play the horns, and I was like, I ain't playing no piano. But there's a difference between the piano and the keyboard and the organ, synthesizers, and things of that nature. They have different functions on there. Right. Anyway, I don't have perfect pitch, but what I've learned to do is to learn how to do my scales, and then learn what type of chords that can go with that, which is the formula. So the scale is D flat or E flat. Alright, so we have E flat in the scale, but I have a chord to go with it, which is E flat major move. Now I'm going to the F note, which is F minor now. And then I'm going to the 3 note in the scale, which is G, is G minor. Now, of all these years I've been playing, I didn't know this. I only learned it back in 2000, what year? Right before COVID, actually. 2018. No, it's 2019. I learned this. 4, A flat. And then you have an A flat chord. This is major. So we have E flat on the 1 major, F minor 2, G minor 3, and then A flat major 4, and then we have B flat to 5, B flat to 5, B flat major, right? And then number 6 is C minor. Last but least, we have D, which is number 7, D diminished 7. I forgot. And then we go back to the 1. But however, we're going to call the 1 number 8. It's the same chord I already played, the same note I've already played. Just now calling it number 8 because we're doing what we said, a continuation of the number system. I didn't know this yet. So I'm just repeating the same chords. I'm just going an octave higher now. Just taking an octave higher, taking an octave higher. I'm just messing with chords up in the octave higher functions or location. So don't just learn to play the chord in one spot. Learn to move them to another location, right? So that way, and also do inversion. Okay? Do inversion. Do inversions, right? Okay, so we have the G minor. Learn to do inversions because it's going to be your friend later. Promise you. It's going to be your friend later. C minor and your diminished move. That's what we call inversion. It's going to be your friend later on. Right? It's going to be your friend later. Right? So, as I said earlier, we had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I never really actually heard people say 14, but generally they would say go back to the 7 and then back to your 1. Right, so do this in all 12 keys. That was E flat, and then go to another key like D flat or whatever. If you want to do the chromatic move and go to the next key, which is E, you repeat the same thing. E is the 1, F sharp 2, right, G sharp 3. I'm gonna move it around. A 4. I'm doing inversions. Alright, B number 5. I'm just changing the chords get an idea. Number 6 is diminished, C sharp diminished, and then we go to that's just diminished, C sharp minor. I'm sorry, and then D sharp diminished, and then I'm back to my 1. So I created chords. Well, I didn't create chords, but I learned these chords from listening to other people say, "Hey, learn your scales in all 12 keys." So I did the scale at the same time while I drop in the chords. It's giving me an idea. When I go to F, it's the same thing. We have F, the 1, G. We're gonna repeated notes in some of the scales. All right. So 1 is F, 1 2 is G, 3 is A, B flat 4, C 5, D, number 6, number 7 is E, and back to the 1. I'm sorry, but if I use the word continuation of the number system, I'm just repeating what's down here, up here, but the number is now number 8, 2, 9, 3, 3, 4. Now it's now number what? 11. Okay. Right, 5 is now 12. And 6 is now 13. Y'all get the point, right? And then number 7, 14, and then back to the 1. So once I learned the chords from the first key, and when I went through the second key, now it's simple. Now I know, oh, F major is 1. I'm gonna repeat chords that I had played earlier. G minor 2, A minor 3, B flat 4, C major 5, D minor 6, diminished E diminished 7, and back to the 1. Technically, but we're gonna go 8, 9. I'm sorry, we're gonna go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and back to the 1. Right. So once you learn specific type of chord, a particular chord, you just transpose those same ideas to the next key. Even if I learned this, I can't jump to A flat and do the same thing. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because the finger somewhat is going to duplicate what I did in E flat. And why am I saying that? Okay, so in the left hand, I'm going in the key of E flat, 6, 5, 4, 5. That's what's happening. And on the bottom is my 1. It's the pinky. 1 on the pinky. Thumb is my number what finger? I only got 4 fingers in the thumb, so we call this the 4 finger notes or whatever, 5 finger notes. 1 is the pinky, ring fingers. The 2, the 3 is the middle finger. I ain't gonna give y'all the middle finger. And the 4 is the pointing finger and the thumb. I only got 5 fingers on my hand, but 4 fingers in the thumb we say, but they call it the 5 finger. So my 1 is the pinky, and my 5 is my thumb. Pointing finger now drops down on the 5, and then my middle finger fell on the 4, and then back to the 5 pointing finger. Now if my fingers switch up for whatever reason, because I may not feel comfortable doing it that way, but let's find out. There it fell exactly what it was supposed to do. 6, pointing finger 5, middle finger A flat, the 4, back to the pointing finger 5, and then now I'm holding the bottom, which is my 1 pinky. Pinky and thumb is pinky is on the 1 and thumb is on the 6. Now the right hand, if I remember that number system versus the notes C, B flat, A flat, B flat, or as I would say, my thumb is on the 1, my pinky is on the 1, which is E flat, and my thumb is on the C, alright, which is the 6. So basically 1, 6, right, pointing finger finger on the 5, and then middle finger on the 4, and back up to the 5 finger. I mean the 4 finger, right? 4 finger, 1, 2, 4. All right, now where's the thumb? Right hand doing? What's it? Right. Same scenario. The pinky in the right hand is number 5 finger now. Thumb in the right hand is the 1 now. And the 2 finger is the pointing finger now. And the middle finger is the 3. And then the 4 finger is the ring finger. And then your 5 finger is the pinky. Alright, now I have to do the same scenario, which is the same kind of scenario as I did here. Pinky, thumb, now is thumb, pinky now. Now to start the move in the right hand, I have the pinky, which is the 5 at the top. Why does it sound like that? Did I hit something? Why does it sound like that? That's the JB10 doing that? What did I hit? I don't know what I hit anyway. Pinky at the top, which is my 5 finger. Now I'm using the 2 finger to go to the 4. Pinky 1 at the top. Why does it sound like that? What did I hit? Hold on. This sound funny to my ear. Okay. So pinky on the 1, and then pointing finger 2 is on A flat, which is the 4. And then the middle finger was the middle finger is going to the 5. So let's see. Okay, now this is funny. Probably let me see if this is actually I'm consciously doing this. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what's happening is my pointing finger, which is the 2 finger, is dropping down to the 3. I would try to see if this is what I'm doing. Yeah. So my pointing finger, which is the 2 finger, is dropping down to the 3. 1, 2, 3. While my pinky 1 finger is at the top, or the 5 finger at the top, but it's on the 1. Alright, so now I could do it this way too. But then now I have to do the crossover, and that's not cool. Or I can do it with the thumb. Thumb, thumb, thumb. That way too. Let me see, how am I actually really pulling this off? Let me think. Yeah, so my 1 finger is dropping down to the 3. Then my thumb goes to the 2. And then the pointing finger is going back to the 3 again. So now let's go to A flat. Let's see if my finger gonna do the same thing. Yep, that's funny. Now it's a little different here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Pointing finger drop down to the pointing finger. Let me see A flat. Yep, my fingers reduplicating what I did in E flat for the first 2 notes. The thumb. Let's see if it does the same thing in A flat. Yep, repeating. And then back to it, pointing finger. Let's see if A flat do the same thing. Yep, that's funny to me in a sense, because my finger is duplicating the same movement. Okay, now how would it actually do that in E? Let's see. Let's see. Will it repeat the same way? Nope. It's doing different. So pinky and middle finger this time. See? Yeah. The finger changed totally completely to another finger movement. Yeah, change it. Yeah, completely changed. I thought I was gonna duplicate that in E the same way as E flat to now let's see what happens when I go to A. That's funny, y'all. It changed in A. E and A is doing so. E and A is doing the same finger. That's funny. I never even thought of that. It sure is. That's funny, y'all. Wow, I never really tripped off of it until now. All right, I'm wondering. Let me see. Would I have the same fingering as I did in E and A? Let's try. Yeah. Oh, this be duplicated E flat and A flat. That's funny, y'all. Yeah, it's duplicated. Same thing I did E flat, A flat, and F is reduplicated. That's weird or interesting. How about A flat? D flat. That is funny. D flat. So E flat, A flat, F, and D flat. I'm using the same finger. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let me see. Let's see what about B flat. I'm using the same finger at B flat. That's weird to me. That's a trick. And nothing B flat. Wow, that's crazy. Alright, so A, E looks like I'm playing the same finger. And now let's try D. I'm using the same finger as E, A, and D. That's crazy. This is tripping me out, y'all. That is the weirdest thing. That's interesting. I wonder what. Let me see. I wonder what it would be like in G. Same in G. That's weird. So I'm using the same thing in D, E, and A, and G. That is it. I never gave that a thought. Let's see how about F sharp. Same thing in F sharp. I'm using the same fingering. That's crazy. I wonder because of the way the key shape causes me to play the same chords. I mean the notes from D, or basically key of D, E, F sharp, and A. I'm playing them in the same way. And then A flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and B flat in a different way, or a different approach. That's what about C? That's funny. Hold on. See, let me see what else E flat. Trying to see if I'm doing the same thing. Pinky and pointing. Let's go to C. Pinky. That's funny. I'm using the same finger in that key as E flat, A flat, D flat, and B flat. That's weird. And C, what? No, actually, I'm not. I'm completely playing C in a different way. That's interesting. I'm not playing it the same way. It's a different way I'm approaching C. What? Yep, totally different from the rest of the other keys. Wow, that's weird. Okay, what about B? B differently. A completely different way. That's weird, though, y'all. Completely different. Wow. That's weird to me. In my right hand, I'm doing middle finger and pinky. Oh wow, this is weird, man. So I'm playing this thing, this whole little movement in 3 different ways. In 3 different ways approaching it. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Alright, anyway, jack of all trades, as I was saying earlier, going from the keyboard, to the organ. And my new addition over here is my bass. I bought I bought a bass. Oh, oops, bumping it again. So I bought a bass. So I've always wanted to learn how to play that. Bam, boom, 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 bam, 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 boom, 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 boom. I still gotta work on this because I haven't really put a lot of energy into this. My girlfriend is probably right now looking down on me like, bro, did I tell you to stop doing that jack of all trades? Learn how to play the first instruments. Get that down first. Anyways, all right, let me turn the keyboard up a little bit. All right, so on the keyboard here, I'm using the piano and strings. And you also hear it blending also with the MKS piano 1 and bank number 7. Or I will switch over and go to number. Let me see. Let me try bank. Doing EP2, and I think I'm on bank number 7, and then go that route. You hear that MKS? I don't have the chorus on. Let me turn on the chorus. Now, beginner musicians, you probably say, man, I don't know how to play all these pro chords. And as I was going back to the scale, all that was gonna be in my book. And so learning how to play the scales, learning how to play the scales in all 12 keys, all right, and then master that, and then knowing your number system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, continuation 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually 1, 14. We say 14. People might say go back to the 7, and then back to 1. But I just use the word 14 because you're doing 7 and 14. Y'all get it? 7 and 14. 7 and 14. Y'all get it? Okay. All right. It's like 4 and 11, right? You know what I'm saying? 2 and now 9, right? So your 2 is the 9. It's just up higher because we're doing a continuation of the number system, right? So if I was a C, my C note would be 1. Now that's 8. D is now the 2. That's higher. Octave higher, I use the word octave higher, becomes now your 9. E3, it becomes now number 10. 4 now becomes octave higher than 11 because of the number system, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8, right? And now the 2 is the 9. Like I said, 3 is now your 10, your 4 is 11, and then your 5 is now 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then your 6 is now 13, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then you have the 7. People might just say, go back to the 7, but you can call it 14, and then back to the 1. So people may say, learn your major, all right, learn your major chord, which is just the 1 and 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. So some people may tell you that, which they're correct, right? Then people may say, okay, now learn your 1 is C, your 3 is E, and then your 5 is G, and that's your C major chord. C triad. You might hear people say triad. And learn to do inversions of that with your C at the top, which is the 1. Now you have a 3, 5, 1, E, G, and C. E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C. You can become musical now, because now 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Just do it slower. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. And all I'm doing is the right hand of the scale or the chord, technically. G, I'm just doing this scale. I'm just messing with it. Just got me musical. Now I want somewhere else. I'm just being musical with it, but now I understand. Oh, I can do my 1, 3, 5, 1, and be musical with it. And you just being musical with it because now you know you playing your 1. You playing your 5, and you playing your 1, and you know you go to 3, and then you can mess around with the scale because you know your scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and you can now become musical with it, and you can go 2 to the 5 in that scale, 7, like this. You can become musical with it. Anyway, so we have the C major chord, doing inversion, which is the 1, 3, 5. Now we got the 3, 5, 1, E, G, and C, 3, 5, 1 now. Then we're gonna put the E at the top, and then we have the G, C, and E, which is 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. Now come musical. Musical with it, right? Anybody can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, and I don't even know what I'm talking about, but no, you can become musical with it. Now it's just now learning chords, the different types of chords from your major move. So to a 2 chord. Now let's go to D minor move, which is in that scale. Once you learn your minor move, your major move, minor move, then you can be musical. You can go from that. Remember this little. Which is a D minor, and I'm just using the C major chord, which was my 1, 3, 5 at the top. And I'm being musical with it, I'm just being musical with it. Because now I'm like creating what we call now the chord movement or chord progression. And I was just messing with the 1 for a second. Let me see. I'm on a 3 note. 5. I'm just being musical with it. And going to the 3. Go to the 5. And back to you 1. And being musical with it. Because now I understand my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So anyway, so now we did inversions of the D, C major chord. Being the minor move, we have the same scenario technically, because if I half step back in that note, in that minor move, it's a D major chord. It's the same thing I would have did with the C major chord. I'm just now messing with the scale, but putting chords to the scale. C on the 1. Now I'm going to the 2 chord D minor. Whether I put it in the right hand or the left hand, right? The minor chord going to the left hand. Now watch this. Now the number system is still the same thing, but let me half step back to 3rd. And we have a D major chord. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5 again. I was trying to do reverse of that, and do the same thing. It just be your 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5. I'm sorry, 1 flat 3, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5. Same scenario. We do the inversion. We have the root position. And we just move my one note at a time. And I have flat 3 5 1, flat 3 5 1, flat 3 5 1. Do another inversion. Move the bottom note as F to the top. And then I have first inversion, root, sorry. And then we go to first inversion. And now we have the second inversion. So now we have the 5, flat 3, I'm sorry, 5, 3 flat 5. Oh, flat 3, I'm sorry about that. Okay, and that's the minor move, we just doing inversion. And these chords you're gonna hear people doing them all day. Right, they'll be doing this stuff all day. And if you know you can go to the 3 note, now go to 3. We have E minor, right? And we're gonna have the E minor. Now, what if I told you, so when we play the E minor chord, right? You know, let's just half step that one note up and now we have a E major chord. Remember the same scenario: C, D, and E. C, D. I'm sorry, C to the D. Then we're going to E. I know we all heard some stuff like this when we. It was just major, C major, D major to E major. 1 3 5, 1 3 5, 1 3 5. And you just be musical. Classical, right? You just being, musical with it now, because now you know. Oh, now if I told you let's flat the third in E, flat the third. Now we have the same scenario, even though we're doing the inversion of the E major chord for root position. First inversion and second inversion, same scenario, back to the root position. And these are your triads, right? We learn triads. People say learn your triads because these are going to be your best friend later on, right? Well, not later on, but very quickly. Very soon was it quickly. So we're gonna minor the third, half step back, down. So now you have the same thing. E minor, same scenario. 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, and you're doing the same thing and doing inversion, moving your bottom note to the top. You already know what the number system is now, because I have to tell you now, and you should know this now. And all day long you hear this. The minor move. The chord is the minor move. These are the moves you hear people doing. Oh, yeah, listen, y'all. Listen, I came up on this by accident. Right now. I love you, love. Uh-oh, here come, I'm going home. I'll see y'all later. I got to go. I'm going home. That's the moves right there. Now, what you're hearing at this point, now you learn your tritone. In all 12 keys. That's in my book, y'all. Everything I'm talking about is in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book. These gonna be your best friend. So that's why I say I love it. I can't sing. I love it. I love it. D with D. Y'all remember that, and I could have started that in the beginning. To the bar. And then just go ahead with the I love you. Uh-oh. Up the minute. okay, now let's learn my tritone move. And so I know I'm going to the key of D. I'm in the key of D. I can transpose. Oh, that was pretty far. That was pretty far to go to just to get to my 7 chord in the key of D. So instead of me going that far back, I'll probably just pick 2 keys back, which would be so instead of D, D flat, I'll go C. I might even take the move from B, the key of B, the 7B, the 7 chord in B. To the 7, 3, 6 in B. To the 7, 3, 6. I'm just taking the 7 chord in B. If I want to be real crazy with it, I have to be quickly with it because I need to get to the 3. Or I can bypass the 3 and go to the 6 chord in the key of D, basically. If I get there, because that's going to be a lot of movement going from. Because now, because of the tempo and the movement, I might as well just go ahead and head over to the 6. To the 5. Because the chord movements or the timing might not allow me to go to the 3. So that's only because if I'm trying to be all real fancy with it. When I say fancy, this is being fancy. Technically, no, it's the basic theory behind the madness. I was always wondering, what is these musicians doing? You know, or how many keys back are they moving? Let's say we just use, I'm in D, so I prefer to be safe so I can get on time to my 3 chord. I'll just say we'll just use, instead of B, we'll start at the C7 chord, up to D flat, and then up to D, to the key of D. That's what I'm trying to do, which is the 7 chord in that key. Then to the 3, and then to the 6, then to my 2. Now you see the difference there? I mean, because I had time. See what I'm saying? I had more time. 7, 3. Well, this is the 7 chord. 7, 7, 7. Then I can go to my 3, and then get to my 6. I love it up. Up. I love it up. See, I don't have time. I love it up. Here it goes. To the 3. Matter of fact, I think I can get away with the B. 7 and B, 7 and C, 7 and D, a D flat and to D, and still can get to my 3, and still make it to my 6 chord, and still get to the 2. And that's the fancy stuff that we might hear people say. What is it that they doing? You know, yeah, that's all they doing. And you using the tritone. You just hear him doing octave higher. And that's the word we try to say being fancy. I know y'all was talking about jack of all trades, going from the keyboard to the organ to the drum to the bass. Even my godfather used to be like, don't do that. Why don't you just learn how to master whatever the instrument you're trying to learn how to do? Oh yeah, okay. You know, but you learn what you want to do. And I'll sit 7, 1. I'm out of there. I'm not a keyboard player, but I'm just saying, for my beginner musician, I know we make this more complex than it might appear. And so when you start learning the simple basic triads, you throw the tritones to it, this is what you're going to hear. I'm like, wait, the first chord, 1, on to the 7 sus4 chord. Okay, I was on my way to that. So we have now something completely different from the formula that we have, the one formula, which is major, minor, minor, okay, major, major, minor. But you did hear me do the minor move. You did hear me play the major moves. Well, let's do it in version. Position, first inversion, second inversion. Make sure we get the inversions because it's gonna catch you later. Because watch this. You saw the best in me. Right? Okay, so anyway, we have E flat. I'm doing the inversions because this is gonna catch you later. It's gonna be my friend later, right? Okay, now we have the 2 chord F minor. I promise you, this is definitely for sure gonna be a friend later. Inversion. How's that gonna be my friend? So you saw the best of me. You know, it's gonna be my friend, right? You saw the best of me. All these chords is gonna be my friend. These are the chords I had already played. Y'all didn't even realize it. It's just me putting the left hand with it. Right? These are chords that I already played. I told you it's gonna be my friend. It's gonna be your friend, it's gonna be my friend. The secret sauce is 7 sus4 chord. And we using a tritone. Remember I just said learn the tritone. Earlier when I was telling you that you can move chords around. Now in this case I didn't tell you that you can flat the 7 in that key C. 7, flat the 7. So we have the 7. I was on my way. So we have the major chord C. Remember the 1, 3, 5, right? Now we can flat the 7. That's called the C7 chord. If I add the 2, it's the 9. It doesn't matter if I put it here or whatever. In that scale. Right? So that's a C9 chord. However, remember every chord that can be played, every chord that can be played can be broken up. And so let's go back to that 1, 3, 5, 7. So what if I told you I'm gonna keep the let's say I'm gonna keep the 7 flat 7 and I'm gonna keep the 3. No, I'm gonna keep the 3. But I'm going to move the 1 and I'm going to move the 5 to the bottom. What? Yes. So that's all I did was move the 1 and the 5 to the bottom. And I kept the flat 7 or the 3 and the flat 7 at the top. Okay, let me go ahead and put the 1 double up. Now, I'm going to bring this down here, and you're going to hear me. Right? Now I just reconfigured my fingering because I'm about to give y'all the 9, which is the 2. There's my 9. I could have put the 9 there. I could have put it here, but I decided to put it here. Guess what? The tritone. Right? What happened was because you took the 7 and you flat the 7, creating the tritone. So I can put this anywhere I wanted to. And then I have the 2, which is the 9, and that's the move that you're going to hear. And that's in the Marcus Sapp movement. And here comes the minor chord. Remember the minor move? Now, I can borrow another chord and play A flat. what did I do? Anybody figured it out? That's right. I went to the F scale. 4, 5, 6, 7, flat the 7, just like I did the C. C major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat the 7. I played the same chord, right? Just flat the 7. I did that in F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat the 7. Oh, yeah. Oh. The 7. Now I just went straight to A flat, but it's right here. My flat 7 is on the bottom. In the F scale, I have the 1, the 5, flat 7, right? And now we're going to say sharp 2, 1, 2, sharp 2, because I'm messing with the A flat. And then I have a double up 5. Double up 5, causing me to play the F minor 7 chord. Remember, I can play the A flat in winning version. That's the second inversion. That's the root. That's the first inversion. Now, if I allow my left hand to go ahead and pick up the other notes that I had moved around, I still have the F minor 7 chord. Once again, I can add the 9, which in F is the 2. Voice this way. And doing inversion, A flat and 7, A flat major 7. Oh. And I know I can go from the, yes, that's right, the first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, or root. And you might hear voice down here, you might hear it up here. It depends on where the keyboard running voice is. B flat at 2. Now, in the beginning, you heard me do. I forgot what I was. You're the best to me. Here it is, right here. B flat, either B flat major 7, but because you hear me playing that note there, it makes me play that B flat major 9. Kind of giving it a little flavor waver. And that was the movie did. E flat major 9. Remember E flat, y'all? Now what did I do with the E flat? That's right. Add the 2, which is the 9. Or okay, depending on if I add the D, as if I'm playing either G minor or B flat. G minor or B flat. Remember I told y'all in the scale, I was like, okay, these chords is gonna come up in E flat, which was the 1, F minor 2, G minor 3. And E flat 5. Now, E flat is related to G minor. See? E flat is related to, it's also related to A flat. Also related to C minor. That's why you hear these voices, you be like, oh! So whether it's played in the second inversion, whether it will be played in a root, whether it will be played in the second inversion, the third, whatever, or the third inversion, it's about where it's placed at on the keyboard. Right? Then I'm allowing my left hand to kind of like, yo, that sounds cool if I did this. And all I'm doing is taking rid of the B flat and the G minor and putting them together. And it's causing me to play a B flat 6. Remember the scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that turns into a G. I'm sorry, this is a B flat second inversion, but as soon as I hit the G, it's a B flat major 6 chord. What? And then I'm adding the 2, which is a 9, which is causing me to play in the power chord. Makes me play a E flat major 9 now, because now we change things over. Y'all heard these voices here. This is gonna be funny because the way he does this is a D 7, sharp 9, sharp 5, right? This is gonna be funny because you hear the tritone. You also hear the major 7 flat 5 chord. And you also should hear the tritone in the middle. You should also hear the B sus2 chord. All this in the mix. What? Causing you to play the major 7 flat 5 chord. And now the tritone. So you basically have two tritones going basically. You have an F sharp tritone and then you have the C tritone. What? All this is inversions, y'all. And then all I'm gonna do is add the B sus2 to the mix. And it's an F sharp or G flat major 7 flat 5 chord. It doesn't matter how I place it. I can move this around to a different spot. Okay, now I can go and play. Now since I said I can play that B flat sus2, that means I can play F sus4. Making the chord sound bigger or fat or whatever y'all want to call it. And that's the little ideas that professional musicians, I don't say professional, but you could be intermediate level. Shoot, you could be a beginner level and you discover this by accident. Loop like me. Oh man, that means so if I can go B flat sus2, put my 1 at the top, I can play the 7 sus4 chord. Oh man, this is crazy. This is nugget. Now, did y'all hear that little bit? Now that makes me play a C minor 11. C minor 11 flat 5. What? No, hold on. Wait a minute. Remember, we have the B flat sus2. Now we have the F sus4. We know the secret sauce is the 7 sus4 chord. I already can tell you to count the tritone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a major 7 flat 5. Flat 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Ooh, it's still a major 7 flat 5 chord. Then I add that B flat there, and that's just making the chord sound pretty. It's still a major 7 flat 5 chord. By the way, F sharp or G flat. Now, I can spread the hand. It frees me up to move up. Oh man, it frees me. Because I know I can go from the F sus4 to the B flat sus4 to the B flat sus2 and to the secret sauce chord. And keep doing it. What? Yes. Right? So it's like I could go from the D7 sharp 9 flat 13, right? D7 sharp 9 flat 13. That's because now I'm using the power chord from earlier. Right? D7, right? Sharp 9 flat 13, right? Alright, now I know I can mess with the C here. Remember the chord I just played, y'all? Right? The major 7 flat 5 chord. G flat major 7 flat 5 chord. Remember, the tritone, it doesn't matter. I'm still playing the same chord. Now, until I hit you with a D and both of them together, now this becomes a D7 sharp 9 flat 5 at the 5, right? And once again, I can move that around and go between these two chords. What? So D7 sharp 9, flat 13 at 5. I'm just going to hit you with the C here, just kind of flavorize it. I mean, it see what happened there with that A flat. Now, Cordy lost me. Cordy said, what is that? Because I understand I have the tritone in the middle. I have the C, I'm sorry, y'all. The tritone, right? We have the major 7 flat 5. We have the sus2, the sus4. Well, I can actually go to B flat sus4, but I meant to say F sus4. But then now that I play that B flat sus4, and check this out. What? Oops, accident. Now that tape makes me to the B flat sus4. See, that chord is like, oh, I don't know what this is, right? But it may sound cool if you use it a certain way. Right? And all I'm doing transposing the D7 sharp 9, flat 13. Now I'm taking you to a D flat 13. Now it's already with the do I want to get you with the 9, the 2? I could. Kind of dark there, so let me see if I just put it up here. So that would be the D flat 13, 9 13 now, or D flat 13. And I have the 9. Or I can use the thumb. Woo, there you go. Because I transpose it. Sometimes I gotta mess with this move. Now I can go up to E flat 6/9 and mess around with that too. But anyway, and then I can take it to the C minor 9 11. Now 1 2 3. We can have that same chord I played a minute ago, just transpose to the F7 sharp 9 flat 13. I literally just played that. I'm just transposing from the chords y'all heard me playing earlier. This one here. Right, so the D9 sharp, D7 sharp 9 flat 13. It's the same movement, but I'm going to the 3 and transposing to an F7 sharp 9 flat 13. And B flat minor 9. Y'all hear the stuff, from our favorite musicians and stuff. Jack Paul trade y'all with. So what's that? D flat 13, B major 9, D flat add 2, and the F sharp or G flat 13 chord. I had just played this basic transposing from the other, from here to here. And so from D flat to the F sharp, D flat or C sharp major 13 to the F sharp major 13. You know what I'm saying? And you can groove that because of being that you're transposing the same chord, but just transposing it to a different key, and just have fun and do whatever you want to do with it. Once you know that you know how to transpose. All right, so let's get at it. Let's get at it. Of the transposing stuff, I'm just taking the same chord. Okay, transpose. Okay, there it is. Alright, I'm just fingers doing it. Oh, I missed the note. Right. Hey, what are you doing, finger? There it is. Same kind of scenario, you know, you can groove on that if you can, and just try to use it as an idea of exercise if you want to, and jam on it. Get the concept of the type of chords you're playing, it makes life a little bit more easier for us rookies, maybe beginner musicians, to be able to do things. I think we changed my channel. But so then when you start hearing these chords musicians are playing, I'm doing inversion. Drop this keyboard for a second. I'm doing it out here. It's like I do the major move, I do it up here. And if the musician ends up playing, I'm gonna find it almost immediately, hopefully. Alright, so if the musician played that chord, then what about the 7/4 chord? So I'll play E flat sus2 then. The inversion, move the E flat to the top. I have it 7/4 chord, F 7/4 chord, okay. And then I move the bottom note F to the top. Then I have a B flat sus4. Then I do the back to E flat sus2 again. Oh, the secret sauce chord I call it. 7/4 chord and back to the B flat sus4. And keep repeating this. Oh. Alright. Now, I done taught myself 2 chords. So, let's see what the chord gonna be when we hear it. Da, da. There it is. There it is, right there. Da. Must be minor. Or it could be B flat. Let me see. Alright, let's find out what the 3rd chord is. Let me B flat. Aha! I got it. Because I hit that top note, melody line, or if you want to call it that. And then I did my inversions of the minor move. I did my major move, triad, right? And moved it about. And hopefully, I get lucky. Somebody plays something, I'm going to catch that. Secret sauce. Minor move. Remember, root position, first inversion, second inversion. Root, first, second. Root, first, second. Okay, cool. So I got the first 3 chords knocked out. A flat major 7. Let's see, see. No, da, da, B flat. And then I hear him go back to that F chord. Drop it to the minor move. A flat, B flat. No, F minor. Major 7, 3rd inversion, 2nd inversion, 3rd inversion, to, what do I say, F minor, let's do it. Yeah, there you go. So let me see, it's gotta be, let's see. So he does this by himself. flat. E flat, A7, F minor move. There it goes. Now just put the left hand with it because it seems all by itself. Which actually, that's what happened actually, because this musician was doing something with the modules, or he was doing something with the drum track, I'm not sure. But he ended up playing this with one hand. Then he chord with both hands right here. So, F minor 9. Yeah. Now, the reason why I put the left hand with it because I didn't want it to be by itself. So at some point, I'm gonna put the left hand with it. Here we go. Now you hear me playing that E flat major 9. Remember, you saw the best in me. Now it's with the power chord. So I realized, E flat major 9 with a 13 because of the C, because I'm twanging it. So I'm twanging it from the 1 to the 2. 1, 2, and C, basically. Which really actually 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm twanging it with the 6 and the 7. Making me play the E flat major 9 because remember the 9 is the 2 is the 9, right? So and remember B flat sus 2 I said earlier, and then I go to B flat, and that's what I'm doing in the right hand, and I'm dropping that 3 in the left hand, which is the major chord, but I'm playing the 3, 1. I'm playing the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Y'all better get used to that 1, 2, 3. Play the 1, 2, 3 finger, y'all. The 1, 2, 3 chord. Watch this. And do the same thing. You can practice this in all 12 keys. The 1, 2, 3 chord. Let's just do that. The 1, 2, 3 finger. The 1, 2, 3 chord, I call it in the left hand. Y'all ready for it? 1, 2. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Oh, what happened to my beat? Oh, I turned it down. Hold on. It was a decent song. It's a song. Slot it right there. Do it right. And then you can go higher if you want. I call them little tricks, but it was an accident. I didn't mean to do this. Hold on. Let me go back to what I was doing. It was an accident. Oops. That's why I got the twangy at the twang. My wife called it twiddling. Babe, you in there twiddling again? No, I'm twanging. She calls it twiddling. You in there twiddling again on the keyboard? I'm not a keyboard player, right? Now I can expand the left hand because I know I can play E flat. I can add the 2. I can add the 6, which is the E flat pentatonic scale. And then I can add the 7 in the left hand, causing me to play the E flat major 9 13 chord with one hand. Versus the 3-finger chord. I call it the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's the scale, y'all. See the scale. Now that is my best friend, right? Because of the move he was doing. Here goes on my 3-finger chord, and then I use the twang. I'm using the B flat sus2 and roll it into B flat. That's the twang. So if you hear cats playing some stuff, and you be like, man, what is he doing? Or what she's doing? You know. Now I can spin the hand out because I know I can go 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe I want to go 4, 5. Okay, now I'm running out of fingers. That makes you play F minor 9 11. Now it depends on where I'm going to go with the move. You know where the see, that allow me to do that. Maybe we play the D major chord. Y'all remember that from earlier? C, D, E, F, G. Playing on the triangle chord. B. D flat, E flat, F sharp, and G flat. Oh no. What was I supposed to go? To F. I don't remember that. So you know you go C major, D major, D major to E major, right? And I can go and transpose to D flat, E flat, and F. You go A flat, B flat, and C. Right? You can go A, A, B, C sharp. Because it's a pattern. Once you know the 3-chord pattern, 3-chord pattern, 3-chord progression pattern, it's like you know you go. Oh, wait, actually I was supposed to go to C. And now, sometimes I'll play another chord before I move to the next chord. Or either I'll play the chord twice. Ba, ba, ba. I might play another chord prior to it. And I'm just half stepping up the chord from what I was playing. A flat to B flat. Hold on. I'll do that. C to B flat, yeah. D flat to C. That's just another thing where you just doing you just train. Or I can go from A flat to A. A flat, A to B flat, B to C. Right. So those are little ideas that you can do. Or I go C, D flat to C. That might be probably another way of doing that too. Right. What did I say? D flat to C. And I'm not a keyboard player. But I'm just being an idea. Or B up to C. I go D, D, or whatever you want to do. A, B. I'm sorry, A, B flat, B flat, C. However you want to do that, right? Version. Being musical, because now you kind of get an idea of the 3-chord progression movement. I said, what? Watch this. What am I doing is I'm just knowing that I can go from an A major, then I can transpose up and play the major 7 flat 5 chord, but if I'm using a bass line, it makes me go to that A7 sharp 9, right? sharp 5. And remember, it's the secret sauce chord. Or I can hit you with a minor chord. That changes the whole, dynamic there. Or I can hit you with the 713 move. Or I can hit you with the I just said it earlier. It's me playing around with the minor move, but like I said, it's the A7. When I say, okay, let me just say this, like it's the 7 sharp 9 flat 5 chord. And that's what they. And it's just me thinking of the 7 chord in any key playing. Do the 7, 3, 6. Do the 7, 3, 6. I'm using that idea too. And that is the 7 sharp 9 flat 5. That's all in my book, y'all. I'm putting all that in the book. So that, my beginner musician, y'all gonna start learning how to play these chords. All 12 keys. This takes time. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This book, my little binding book, whatever y'all want to call it, had no pages in it. All right, I had no pages in it. This is a lot. This is a lot to sit down and actually physically do, chord for chord and everything. I mean, my chords. I didn't steal no chords from nobody else. These are the chords that I'm sitting here messing with every day when I sit here and go. So the minus 7.5, minus 7.5 transpose. Alright, and you hear this all the time. Woo! Now you know. That one. Okay, hold on. Minus 7.5, what I just played a minute ago. And I can hit you with the diminished major 7, E flat major 7. So it depends on what you want to do. I asked my wife this question, y'all. It's kind of funny. I said, hey, which instrument do you think I played better? And she goes, well, I'm not going to try to offend you or nothing like that, but you sound better on the organ. And I'm like, are you sure? Because maybe back then I sounded like trash and I didn't know what I was doing on the keyboard. So that prompted me to come up in here and say, you know what, she ain't here, y'all. If y'all notice that, she ain't here to disturb my flow. So that causes me to sit here and think, like, man, let me find a way to kind of like make her change her mind. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe she might hear me play on the keyboard. Matter of fact, she's pulling up right now. She's pulling up. Let me jump on the organ for a quick second because I know she's going to disturb my flow. But jack of all trades between the organ and the keyboard. She's pulling up right now as we speak it. But come in here and let me see. What was I doing yesterday? Let me see. Why is she so close to the other car? Anyway, So anyway, let me go out here and help her out because y'all, I told you she had broken foot. But that's the difference between the organ and you can't play some chords. All right, y'all, catch y'all. Let me go help her out because at least she's driving. All right. Love y'all, and peace and love and cornbread.